party is over. You need to shut this down.
Is there a complaint, officer?
I do not need a complaint to shut this party down.
The officer's hand was already on his radio before the music stopped. Not because it was loud, not because there was trouble, but because he had decided this party did not belong here. The laughter froze. The couple looked at each other. And what he didn't know was that this night had witnesses who would not stay silent.
Before we continue, tell us where you are watching from in the comments. We would like to know how far these videos go. And if stories like this matter to you, stay with me, like this video, and subscribe to Black Justice so more people can hear these powerful lessons. Your support helps us keep telling stories that matter. Now back to the story.
The backyard was warm with string lights and soft music, the kind that settles into the chest instead of shaking the ground. A black couple stood near the table, smiling as friends gathered around them. Plates clinked. Someone laughed too loud, then apologized. It was Joy, unarmed. The officer stepped forward anyway. "Party's over," he said, voice flat. "You need to shut this down." The man hosting the party didn't raise his hands. He raised his eyes. "Is there a complaint, officer?" The officer glanced at his notepad without writing anything. "I don't need one." Each word made the space smaller. The woman hosting stepped closer, calm but firm. "We have a permit for the noise level. It's before curfew." The officer exhaled through his nose. "Don't argue with me." Silence followed. The music had stopped completely now. All that remained was the hum of lights and the sound of people breathing. A guest near the fence whispered, "This feels wrong." The officer scanned the crowd, his posture straightening, confidence growing. "I'm giving you one chance," he said. "End it now or I call for backup." The host nodded slowly. "May I ask your badge number?" The officer's jaw tightened. "Sir, you're testing my patience." The silence did more damage than the insult. Two small details went unnoticed by a .1 guest that already started recording, phone resting casually against a cup. Another guest, older, quieter, had stepped aside to make a call and said only one sentence. "Yes, it's happening again." The officer turned back to the couple. "You people think the rules don't apply to you?" No one responded right away. Not because they were afraid, because they were listening. The woman hosting spoke softly. "We're just celebrating. No harm. No disruption." The officer shook his head. "I'm not here to debate." A car door closed on the street behind them. The officer didn't notice at first. Another vehicle pulled up. Then another, not patrol cars, regular cars. Guests arriving late. And with them came something else. Attention. A man near the table spoke up. "Officer, we're all guests here. What's the issue?" The officer turned sharply. "Stay out of this." The man didn't move. "We are in it." That was the moment the power shifted, just slightly. The officer radioed in. His voice clipped. "Possible disturbance. Large gathering." The woman hosting took out her phone, not to record, but to scroll. "Officer," she said gently, "you should know this neighborhood association approved this event." The officer waved it off. "Paper doesn't change reality." The sound of footsteps approached. Calm, unhurried, a man in a plain jacket entered the yard, followed by two others. He looked around once, then at the officer. "Evening," he said. "I'm here about the call." The officer straightened. "And you are?" The man handed him a card. No rush, no tone, just truth. The officer read it, then read it again. He didn't raise his voice. He raised the truth. The man was from Internal Affairs, responding to a complaint logged minutes earlier. The guests hadn't fought with fists. They fought with presence, with calm, with witnesses. The officer's face changed. "I was just doing my job." The man nodded. "Then this will be easy to review." Phones were visible now, not pointed aggressively, just present. The officer stepped back. "I may have overreacted." The woman hosting met his eyes. "We asked for respect." The Internal Affairs officer looked around at the quiet yard, the permits on the table, the guests standing still. "There's no violation here," he said. The officer lowered his radio. By morning, a review was opened. By the end of the week, the officer was placed on suspension pending investigation, not because of noise, but because of judgment. The party resumed later that night. Softer music, closer conversations, stronger bonds. Because justice doesn't always arrive with sirens. Sometimes it arrives when people refuse to disappear. Respect costs nothing, but means everything.
If this story touched your heart and reminded you that respect should never depend on appearances, race, or color, take a moment to subscribe. Your support helps us share more Black justice stories that inspire change, spark awareness, and remind the world what dignity truly looks like. Like and share this video and leave a comment. Your voice helps bring these stories to life and keeps the message alive. Your voice matters here.